Hi everybody, it's Becky. Today is Monday, June 25th, and today is my update day. Um, Not sure why, but I gained 3.8 pounds back this week. Last week I lost 5 point something, and that was like a big loss. Usually I only lose like a pound or two a week. But it's the first gain I've had in a while, so I really started trying to think about what could have caused it. Um, I had a few stressful days, just a lot of anxiety. And, I know that can affect weight gain and weight loss. Also, I got in the bad habit of eating salted peanuts as a part of my dinner for like 3 nights this week. I ate like shrimp and then I had peanuts, and that was my dinner. And we all know those are really high in salt, so I think it has a lot to do with the salt and the stress this week. But as far as cheating on my diet, I really didn't. And I did exercise every day. Now, a few of the days I didn't exercise quite as long as I'm used to because my husband's been getting up with me every morning now. And um, even though I love having him work out with me, it's just hard to get into a new routine and still get as much of a workout. So I'm trying to find ways to do it. Like today, there's some fires going on here in Colorado, and there's actually a fire in the mountains that's uh, not close to us to cause any, like we're at threat of our house being on catching on fire or anything, but it's close enough to where there's quite a bit of smoke out in the air. So to go outside is not really healthy, and we decided that we were just going to work out inside. And since we only have one treadmill, I thought, well, why don't you go ahead and get on the treadmill and I'll do one of my exercise videos. And it was walk away the pounds, and it's like a 2 mile walk, and you use arm weights the whole time. And it was a pretty good workout today, but it was only 30 minutes, and I'm used to going like an hour. So um, then I did my strength training, which takes about 15 minutes. So I did, put in about 48 minutes in today. But I decided that, I liked having that little bit of time to myself in the mornings, on my treadmill with my headphones, listening to my music. And so I decided that, this week I'm going to try something new. I think I'm going to just get on the treadmill and put in a couple of miles when I get home from work. Just put my headphones on and walk on that treadmill. It'll only take me about 30 minutes. And if I add like an extra little workout in the afternoon, maybe that will pump up my metabolism because I will have 2 workouts in a day instead of just one. And that way I feel like I'm still getting enough exercise in, and I just need to establish a new routine. I'm glad that my husband's getting up and doing this with me, but I just have to get used to a new routine, that's all. So that could have something to do with it too, but I got my hair cut, you guys. I got it layered quite a bit. I curled it today, so it's not so kinky curl as it is normally, and I think it'll be fun to have a change. What do you guys think? Um, I always freak out when I get my hair cut. I decided to go to a new girl that costs more money. I don't know if you guys know, but I've been a licensed hairstylist for years, and even though I don't do it in a shop anymore, I've always kept up with my license, and I do it for friends and family and stuff. So I know how to cut hair, and I know exactly how I want it, and I'm really picky, and it's so hard for me to find a good hairstylist that will actually listen. So I decided to go to a little bit fancier shop because I usually go to like Great Clips or somewhere like that because it's not as expensive. And I've found that I don't seem to get any better of a haircut when I go somewhere that charges me $30. So, but I decided to try this little place, and she, I wanted highlights, but she said my hair was way too dark for highlights, that I have some color on the ends that need to be removed first. And so she basically turned me away and said she couldn't do my highlights. So that was a little disappointing right away. And then I explained to her how I wanted my hair cut, but she proceeded to tell me that when she found out I was a hairstylist, that she has a booth rent available, and she really liked my personality, and she really thinks I'd be a good fit in her shop. She was basically trying to recruit me to work for her, and was more concentrated on that than doing a good job on my haircut. Because when I got home, I realized that she didn't cut it anywhere near like I wanted. I could have go back and try to get my money back, but I'm not going to fight the whole thing. It's annoying, but I won't go back. She was a nice lady and everything, but I didn't get a good haircut. That was the main reason I went there. So I came home and I started cutting my own hair. It's not a good idea. Even if you're a hairstylist and you know what you're doing, you can't see the back of your hair to do it and get it even. And here I am trying to cut my own hair. I'm seeing all this hair falling down in the sink, and it was like piling up, and I was starting to panic. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm such a perfectionist that if I cut my own hair and I know that it's not even, it would drive me crazy until I can go get it fixed. So, I had already worked out for the day. It was like about 9:30 in the morning, and I just came out of the bathroom and I told my husband, I go, I'm panicking. I go, I've cut my hair, and I think I've cut too much. I might have hurt it. I don't know what to do. I need to go somewhere and get it fixed. And he's like, okay. But I was ready to have like a panic attack over it. It's crazy. So I went over to Fantastic Sam's because I've been there before, and there was a couple of girls that did a pretty good job. And the lady that helped me had thick, dark, curly hair like me, and she was really nice, and she calmed me down, and she went through my whole haircut and evened it up without going any shorter. She said that I hadn't done a bad job. It was just in the back, in which I couldn't see very good. And she got it all evened up. So, it feels kind of short, and it's a little different, but I like it. I think it's going to give me a little change, and I can do some different things with it now. It's not so heavy. So anyway, that was my adventure yesterday, but for some reason that put me into a stressful, almost like a panic attack. I know that sounds vain and ridiculous, but my hair is important to me, and I've had my hair all cut off before, and it can devastate someone that's like a hairstylist that cares about their hair and that has thick hair. And I've had that happen a few times. So this time it's really even. When I curled it today, I saw that it was nice and even. It looks healthy and shiny, and so I'm going to work with it and live with it, and as it grows, it'll look even better, because I'd like the layers to be longer, but at least now it's all even and stuff. But I ended up having to take an anxiety pill yesterday because I got completely overwhelmed. And I don't know if you guys have this, but those of you that suffer with anxiety of any kind, I got to the point where my adrenaline was pumping so high that I actually couldn't relax. Like I wouldn't have been able to just sit on the couch and try to relax, and I couldn't get anything done either. I knew I still needed to clean the house. I knew I still needed to go grocery shopping, but I was overwhelmed. It was like everything was too hard. I couldn't do anything, and I couldn't relax either. So after I took that pill, I got a little bit loopy, and it did relax me. We went grocery shopping, I got it done, came home, and I felt much better. So I don't want to use those unless it's an emergency, and it kind of was yesterday. But anyway, I got through it. Things are going okay. Another thing this week, I did have a few drinks on Friday night, so that could have had something to do with it too. And I looked up the calories on the drinks I drank, and they were like 400 calories a piece. It was Mike's Harder Lemonade or something like that. And, our friends were like, oh, Becky, it's not going to hurt you to do it one night. And I'm like, well, I'm really committed and focused now. And, but they're right. It's not going to hurt me to loosen up once in a while. I did get my tattoo touched up a little bit, and he actually went and redid I have like, let's see how many I have. 1, 2. I have 6 tattoos, but they're small, and I have them places where you can't see them. And he touched up the tree on my side. He added some shading and some color, and then he also retouched up 3 of my old tattoos. So they're bright, and they look brand new again. So that was fun. And I did that, and I had a few drinks. So that could have interfered with my weight loss this week too, but it's okay. It's a new week. You guys, my weight can fluctuate daily. I can get on the scale one day and then be 5 pounds more the next day, and then it'll come back down a couple days later. And so the fact that I lost over 5 pounds last week Sorry, my computer went to sleep for a second. The fact that I even lost over 5 pounds last week may have been a false weight anyway. I mean, I got on the scale the next day and I was like 3 pounds up. So I don't take too much stock in what the scale says. What's most important is that I continue to do this every single day and to not give up and to not let that number discourage me. I just know that if I keep doing this every day and I do the best that I can every single day, the weight will come off and I will get to that goal. I'm really, really hoping to get down to 178 by July 4th. Um, that means I only have 9 days. Chances are I'm not going to quite make it, but I think I'll be close. So I guess that's all I have today. This video's gotten way too long, but I hope you all have a wonderful week. I might make another video a little later in the week about a few more foods that I'd like to share with you guys that work for me. And if there's anything else that I really want to talk about, then I will. But if not, I guess I will see you guys next Monday. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.